Go.
So, nuclear energy research presentation by UPenn, or me, because I did all the work. Okay, what is nuclear energy and how does it work? So the energy comes from the splitting of uranium atoms, which is called fusion, and it generates heat, which is then used to create steam, and it's considered a non-renewable energy source, but nuclear energy kind of itself is renewable, but the uranium needed isn't. And then what's needed to develop it, like infrastructure-wise, you need, well, group cooperation, like government, private agencies and everything, as well as waste management for radioactive waste, and financial strategies, and then security as well for the big power plants. And then the nuclear reactors are protected by steel reinforced concrete that's several feet thick, and it has a steel liner. The reactor vessels are made of about 6-inch thick steel, and then reactors are housed in a steel reinforced concrete containment structure that can withstand natural disasters and an impact from a jet airliner. And then one of the key technologies that have helped advance it is AI technologies to help run it more than like humans, and help with stuff so like Chernobyl doesn't happen again. There was a bunch
Unless
of
the AI decides it will. There's the other side effect that's kind of scary, putting AI in charge of the nuclear power plants.
Yeah. But then you have here's a diagram. So you have water getting pumped in, which will get pumped up to the steam generator. And you have your reactor here, which is creating heat. And the heat going around in there, which creates the steam. The steam goes up through there, spins the turbine, which creates power for the generator. It's taken out to like a switch yard. Then you have your cooling towers, which will create steam as well as water into a reservoir. And steam is the only really emission to it, so it's a very clean energy source.
So the heat from the reactions is what powers everything.
Yep.
It probably, I would assume, if this thing is all nice and efficient, it's probably using that energy that it's generating not just to throw out there, but it's also to pump the water into the system.
Yeah, so the steam, it powers the generators, which go to a switch yard, but will also help power the plant itself.
Okay. So one correction, pretty important correction. They're splitting the atoms, right?
Fusion.
And that process is called
Fusion, or fission. Sorry.
fission. Yeah, fission is splitting. Fusion would be awesome.
Combined.
They actually
Fusion provides the most energy in our world, right? Because where's fusion happening?
the sun.
It's happening in the sun.
Yeah.
That's what's happening in the sun, which it takes an incredible amount of pressure and energy to do that anyway. So there's things out there with fusion, people trying to do different kinds of fusion things and stuff, but this is like, you got uranium and you're basically letting it split down, and it releases tons of energy that are bound up in those masses. What about the byproduct, so you're left with still elements once we have the energy all out of it and stuff, and we need to, it's radioactive, and we need to bury it somewhere, right? Or
Yeah, it's all contained within like that, the whatever you call it. I can find it. The containment structures.
so like they take, so like even in a power plant, your waste is going to be stored there as well, or like you take the rods out and then eventually it's no good, and
Once you're removing the stuff from the containment structure, as for like the radioactive waste management crews and stuff, I'm
Okay.
take care of that.
like a lot of things I've heard now, they can just reduce it all down to like a little pill,
Yeah.
And it doesn't, there's not a,
And
it's
then you take it.
good stuff. No, then you don't take the pill.
Then you can be radioactive.
Yeah, maybe.
You could like grow into
They do have you take radioactive stuff to like look at your thyroids and things like that. Okay, nice job, Rob.
What a business question.